Hi, this is Kevin at the Virtual Planetarium at Raritan Valley Community College. Today we're going to be talking about a few things we can see in the sky for the week of April 4th. Let's start by talking about our moon. On April 4th, we're going to have our last quarter moon. That means the moon is going to be up in the sky all morning, and it's going to be setting at around 11:50 a.m., so just before noon. On April 11th, we're going to have a new moon that'll be about a week after April 4th. And then about a week after that, we're going to have our first quarter moon. Today, we're going to be talking about one constellation that we can see in the night sky, and that is the constellation of Leo the Lion. We mentioned this constellation a few videos ago when we were talking about Cancer the Crab, but we'll go a little more in depth today. Now, to find Leo the Lion, we can actually use the Big Dipper. If we follow my little red pointer here, we see a group of 3 stars in a line right here. This is the handle of the Big Dipper. And then we have 4 stars up here, and this is like the pot part of the Big Dipper. If we were to connect all of these, we would see, again, the Big Dipper right here. So to find Leo, we're actually going to fill the Big Dipper with water. So we're going to fill that bottom part with water. And then we're going to poke a hole in the bottom of it. There we go. And we're going to drip, drip, drip onto the back of Leo the Lion. Once you drip, drip, drip from the Big Dipper, you're going to notice that there is a group of stars that kind of has this little backwards question mark shape right here. And this is the mane of Leo the Lion. So this is how you can find Leo very easily in the sky. The Big Dipper really just helps you find what direction to look for this backwards question mark. Now, some people also call this a sickle because it kind of does look like a sickle, which is this tool that you would use for harvesting. But I like to call it a backwards question mark because that's what it looks like to me. Now, if that doesn't look like a lion to you here, let me help you out a little bit. Like I said before, this backwards question mark here, or the sickle, is the mane of Leo the Lion. And then we have a little rectangle of stars that make up the body, and then this little triangle is like the tail of Leo. And we can see that this constellation really looks like a lion that's lying down. Sorry, I had to. Let's get rid of all of this. Let's get rid of the Big Dipper, and I want to center in on Leo the Lion because I want to show you a few things that you might be able to see. So let's zoom into Leo the Lion. We'll bring it down in the sky a little bit. And let's actually get rid of this, and we'll put up the stick version of Leo the Lion. And let's talk about a few of the bright stars that you can see in the constellation of Leo. This star that's at the bottom of that backwards question mark, or the handle of the sickle, this is the brightest star in this constellation, known as Alpha Leonis. Alpha because it's the brightest star, and Leonis because it's in the constellation of Leo. But it also has the name of Regulus, which is Latin for little king or prince. The second brightest star in Leo is actually the tail of the star, and this star has the name of Denebola, which in Arabic it loosely translates to tail of the lion. A cool thing about Leo the Lion is that it's one of the oldest constellations, one of the earliest recognized constellations. There's evidence that people in Mesopotamia had a similar constellation as early as 4000 BCE. Now, at the base of Leo the Lion, the triangle back here at the back of the lion, this star, just below this star right here, if you have a telescope, you can point it in this direction, and you would get to see something called the Leo Triplet. The Leo Triplet is a group of 3 galaxies that are very close together, very close to each other, and so they're part of that same small group. If we were to take a picture of these 3 galaxies, we would see something like this. This galaxy right here on the right is known as M65. It's a spiral galaxy. It's about a medium-sized galaxy, and if we were to look closer at this galaxy, we would see the spiral arm. So this picture right here was taken by the European Southern Observatory, so a very good telescope took this, don't worry. Now the second galaxy down here at the bottom is known as M66. This is also a spiral galaxy. It's about 31 million light years away. And this is a picture, I believe, by the European Space Agency and NASA. We can see it's also a spiral galaxy, and we can see the arms formed by gas right here going around the center of the galaxy right here. And then the third galaxy we have over here has the less than romantic name of NGC 3628. It also has a very fun name of the Hamburger Galaxy, and that's because if you use your imagination, it kind of does look like a hamburger, huh? This is also a spiral galaxy, but it just so happens that we're seeing this spiral galaxy, instead of looking at it head on, like this one right here, we're looking at it like from the side, so we just see the flat part of the galaxy. And the gas is kind of like spraying out at the ends of the galaxy here, so it kind of looks like the lettuce is overflowing on the hamburger, so I guess that's where it got its name. Now, like I mentioned before, Leo the Lion is actually one of the oldest constellations that we have evidence for, that we have records for. A lot of ancient civilizations have their own stories and their own versions of how this group of stars ended up in the sky. And in Greek mythology, this Leo the Lion right here is the Nemean lion, or the lion from Hercules, first trial. So Hercules was appointed 12 trials by this king, his cousin, and the first task was to kill this seemingly indestructible lion. No weapons could hurt it. That means no swords, no clubs, no arrows. And so Hercules had to kill this lion with his bare hands. And to commemorate this achievement, Zeus put this lion up in the sky, and that's why we have Leo the Lion up here in the spring sky. Thank you for joining us today on this very, very short Star Talk. We hope you learned something new, at least how to find Leo the Lion in the sky. Again, use the Big Dipper and then drip onto that backwards question mark. Thank you so much and hope you have a great week.